Great morning, business owners and managers. Wes Walters here. So we are addressing the Frontier Airlines debacle, right? The debauchery. And if you're not familiar with what happened at Frontier, and let's take a look at it in real time.
Like you did, and you think you're gonna check me in? I bet you we won't. Okay?
I paid for a ticket.
And you didn't pay $25 for agent assist fee, and you checked in 3 hours later. Hello.
I just said that I.
Get on your flight.
Yeah, I just said that I would pay the $25.
And you thought you was gonna get on your flight. And you thought you was gonna get on your flight. And you thought you was gonna get on your flight.
I literally paid for a ticket. I'm here 30 minutes. I'm here 30 minutes before my flight, and they're not letting me check in.
And you're not getting on your flight.
It's a policy. We don't control that.
And you will never fly.
You were about to let me check in. You were about to let me check in, and you decided that you ain't gonna let me check in.
Make me check you in.
You literally work for a company that I bought a plane ticket for. I'm here 30 minutes before the flight.
Can you please leave, sir?
No.
Can you please leave my personal space?
I'm not in your personal space. This is not your personal space. This is not your personal space. You work for a company. This is not your personal space.
We ain't not worried about it. We ain't not worried about it.
You don't have to worry about it. You're literally not doing your job.
And her sidekick continues to say, we ain't even got to worry about it. Like, customer service, you want us to serve a customer? You're not even going to worry about it. You're not even going to worry about it, mister.
For a customer that has paid for a plane ticket to get home.
I told you to stop putting the camera on me, sir.
I'm literally here at Frontier. I bought a ticket, and they are not letting me check in.
Here's where it gets worse.
For no reason whatsoever.
Well, you said you're never flying the airline again, so we might as well help you out. You're not flying the airline.
So you said that you would never fly the airline again, so we figured we would give you a hand and help you out. Yeah. I wish I was making this stuff up. I wish I was, but I'm not. All right, let's get another perspective. Let's get another perspective here.
So, a confrontation between a passenger and Frontier Airlines employees at RDU is going viral. The video was posted on X, shows an employee mocking a traveler. WR's Monica Casey is live out at RDU right now with Frontier's response to all this. Monica.
Yeah, Jeff, that video was originally posted on a travel blog called The View from the Wing and then picked up by the New York Post. That man was trying to travel from RDU to Boston, flying Frontier. Here's what happened at the counter.
The
and you thought you was going to get on your flight. And you thought you was going to get on your flight. And you thought you was going to get on your flight. And you thought you...
Look at the hand gesture, as if he's a child. Like, shut your mouth. Shut your mouth. You shut your mouth. Shut your mouth. And you thought you was gonna get on your flight, as if he's a child.
Get on your flight.
I literally paid for a ticket. I'm here 30 minutes. I'm here 30 minutes.
Now, the video doesn't show what led up to the confrontation. According to the passenger, he arrived at the airport 50 minutes before his flight. Frontier's policy is that check-in must happen an hour ahead of time. You also have to pay to print your boarding pass at the airport per Frontier. Now, the customer told that travel blog he pushed back.
So again, if you arrive to the airport based on Frontier's policy is that if you arrive less than an hour, then you have to pay to get your boarding pass. Let's be sure I got that correctly.
You have to pay for his flight. Frontier's policy is that check-in must happen an hour ahead of time.
So he was under the hour of the check-in time.
You also have to pay to print your boarding pass at the airport per Frontier.
Great. So two things. If you're there in less than an hour, you're late. Secondly, you have to pay to get your boarding pass. Those are Frontier's policies. The guy who is flying Frontier is familiar with that, and he agreed to pay it. Although he pushed back, he's like, oh, it's not a good idea. I don't feel that's fair. He still agreed to pay. Again, the customer is not always right here. In this case, let's stop right here. The customer is wrong. However, if the customer is going to be wrong, you let the customer be wrong with dignity. You don't taunt the customer. You don't pull out your phone recording the customer. You don't tell the customer, oh, make me get you on the flight. So the employee had an opportunity on saving this transaction and did the opposite.
Now, the customer told that travel blog he pushed back but ultimately agreed to pay before that video was taken. He also said RDU police got involved. Broadcastify radio traffic shows what happened.
So the cops got involved.
Simple. It's going to be Frontier's ticket counter. White male, bald head, green shirt, causing a problem.
Units are clear code 2 with a customer service issue. Subject has moved to JetBlue to book a ticket.
So if JetBlue was smart, JetBlue could capitalize off of this in their marketing. Hey, tired of flying Frontier? Come to JetBlue.
Now, that radio traffic is from last Friday, and RDU does confirm police were involved. No arrests or anything like that. About 15 minutes passed between that first dispatch call and the all clear. Now, Frontier tells WRAL the women in that video were employed by a third-party contractor, and they are no longer associated with the Frontier account. RDU has deferred to that airline for any further comment. Were employed by a third-party contractor.
All right. So according to Frontier, these lovely associates were third-party contractors. All right, let's take this conversation down another road. What's the name of the third-party contracting company? What's the name of the vendor? I'll wait. What's the name of the vendor? Exactly. Nobody knows. Nobody knows the name of this vendor that you're outsourcing your critical roles, your frontline employees, your critical frontline employees, the face of your company. You say, hey, I'm going to outsource this to a temp company. Way to go, Frontier. But again, I'm waiting. Can someone tell me the name of the third-party vendor where Frontier gets its associates or lack thereof from? That's the point. Nobody knows. So Frontier, listen up, and other business owners. If you use third-party vendors, if you use third-party contractors, your business is still the face of your business. What's trending right now on YouTube, what's trending on Twitter or X is not the third-party vendor. No, they've sailed into the horizon, and Frontier is left to clean up this mess. No one knows who this third-party vending company is. It's obviously they're not that good. This is temp work. These associates are temp workers. But nobody knows the name of this mystical company. Everyone knows Frontier. So listen up, ladies and gentlemen. If you have third-party vendors, if you have contractors, they are still the face of your company. They were not wearing third-party vending outfits. They were wearing Frontier uniforms. Your end customer does not know, well, hey, they're not part of Frontier. They're third party. No, that gentleman did not know that for 1 second. He saw I'm at a Frontier check-in, and these are Frontier employees. So quick takeaways. Nobody cares about your frontline employees being contractors. They are going to associate those frontline employees as your employees. Rule number 1. Now, there is a myth. Rule number 2, there is a myth where business owners and managers feel that their business is as strong as the strongest employee. That is a myth. Your business, the opposite is actually true. Your business is as weak as the weakest employee. That's where a lot of you fail. A lot of you feel that, well, I have a Michael Jordan on my team. I have a good Michael Jordan cannot win championships by himself, no matter how good he is. Maybe he can do 2 people, maybe 3, but he cannot beat 5 individuals by themselves. So that I need you to remove that myth that where you think that because you have a star player, that the rest of your business is going to rise to the level of that star player. No, the opposite. It's the opposite. Your business is going to sink to the level of your weakest employee. In this case, the weakest links are obviously those 2 contractors. So I want you guys to get this. If there's one thing I want you to get, is this. I've seen a lot of videos and no one is exploring it in this angle about the contractors. Your contractors represent your business. Oftentimes I see contractors like the big box retailers, the Home Depots and the Lowe's, and they use contractors for deliveries. Those contractors represent Home Depot. Those contractors represent Lowe's. The end customer doesn't say, well, the third party delivery service was so bad. No, they say Home Depot was bad. They said Lowe's was bad. So your third party contractors are an extension of your business. So as a business owner, you must vet these companies properly. No one is exploring it, going through this frontier situation from this angle. And I'm surprised that no one is looking at it from this angle. Well, I'm glad that you asked. The angle of the subcontractor, the subcompany, is vital, because what's trending is not this infamous third-party company. No, Frontier is trending. So as a business owner and manager, 1, you need to do a better job in vetting your subcontractors. You must. You want to let all of your subcontractors know that they're renting a position. And the minute they stop paying rent is the minute they lose that position. It is not guaranteed. Nope. Everything that they have. And I want you as a business owner to start taking this way of thinking as well. Everything that you have, everything, even your health. Yes, I want you to personalize this, business owners. Everything that you have is for rent, even your divine health. You have to pay the bill, your rent, every month, meaning you have to exercise and you have to eat healthy. That's the rent. The minute you stop paying rent is the minute you lose divine health. Everything. So your contractors, they need to understand that they are renting a position as your preferred vendor. The minute they operate outside of the guidelines or the framework that you've established, that this is what's allowed for your business and this is what is not allowed, they miss rent and they will be evicted. All right. So now there's another angle. There's another angle that I saw while watching the video that I've looked online that no one has addressed that option as well. It's about the lifetime value of the customer. And if you want to learn about how detrimental this experience was for Frontier, in addition to the customer, and you want to learn about how they missed millions, how Frontier is going to lose millions from this encounter, you want to click the link for the next video about the lifetime value of the customer. Click the link right now.